Ever thought about the ultimate workout challenge? Bench press versus push-ups? Let's break it down. First things first, let's talk about the muscles covered in each exercise. A bench press is a compound exercise, meaning it incorporates more than one muscle group and more than one joint. When you're doing a bench press, your elbow and shoulder are both being incorporated, which makes it a great exercise to build muscle and strength. Push-ups are done the exact same way. When you're coming down like this and you're pushing yourself back up, you incorporate the elbow and shoulder. Both are compound exercises, which is fantastic. These type of exercises in turn can be very beneficial for building muscle. As far as that is concerned, if you do not have access to a gym or any equipment, just know that you can build significant amount of strength and muscle through the medium of push-ups. Now let's talk about the tools required for both. Here's where it changes. For the bench press, also known as a chest press, you absolutely need to have tools such as barbells, dumbbells, or kettlebells, or really any kind of tool that you can hold in your hands and perform the exercise and the movement. Push-ups, on the other hand, you don't require a thing. All you need is a little bit of space to fit your body in, and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about variations. When it comes to bench presses, you basically have three variations. You have an incline bench press, you have a flat or classical bench press, and you have a decline bench press. All three are great exercises for working all parts of the chest. And the major muscles involved with bench presses and push-ups are the pectoral muscles right here, which consists of the pec major and minor, the deltoids, and triceps too. There's a lot of triceps recruitment with bench presses and push-ups. But here's where it gets interesting. When you are doing incline bench presses with either barbells or dumbbells, you are at an inclined angle. When you do that inclined angle, you're targeting more of your upper chest. Then when you shift focus to the classical style bench press, which is flat on a bench, you are targeting more of the middle part of your chest. Then when you transfer over to the decline bench press, you are targeting more of the lower part of your chest. And any complete chest workout should include all three of these movements. And then even flies as well, which is a different type of exercise, where your arms stay predominantly straight and you're moving dumbbells inward, or you're using a machine and your arms are coming inward like this. Now, if we shift our focus to push-ups, the variations are really endless. You can do the exact same thing and target your chest the exact same way as with bench presses by simply altering the position of your body. For example, the decline push-up, where your feet are elevated on an object, which could be absolutely anything. It could be a bench, it could be a stability ball, it could be stairs, it can be a landing somewhere, it can be a fireplace ledge in your house, it could be a chair, it could be a box, it could be anything. But for the sake of this situation, you'll see me doing a decline push-up with my feet elevated on a stability ball. And I like the element of the stability ball because it causes more instability, which causes your muscles to fire up even more than if your feet were on a stationary object. And then for a classical push-up, you just simply do them on the floor, as you can see me doing here. Then you can shift your focus to an incline push-up, where you put your hands on the object. And in this video, I'm doing incline push-ups with my hands on a stability ball. And again, it causes more microfibers to be engaged to hold your body stable as you're doing your push-ups. When you're doing a decline push-up, you're targeting predominantly the upper part of the chest. When you're doing a flat push-up, you're targeting the middle part of the chest. And when you're doing an incline push-up, you're targeting more of the lower part of the chest. So you can still achieve the same benefits with a push-up that you can with a bench press by altering the position of your body. But the fun does not stop there with push-ups. You can get really eccentric with them and creative by altering the way in which you do your push-ups. For example, you can do an alternating single leg push-up, as you can see me doing here. When I'm coming down, I'm alternating each leg in the air. This is going to cause a little bit more posterior chain recruitment and also fire up your core a little bit more. Then you can do this cool variation called the archer push-up, where you sway your body from side to side. This places a little bit more emphasis on the shoulders, as well as the chest and the triceps and the core. Then you have the good old-fashioned plyometric push-up, where you lower yourself down, you come up really fast and you clap your hands together, or just simply pop your hands up off the floor and come back down again. This one's really going to get your heart rate up as well. Then you can use implements with your push-up routines as well. For example, you can get 2 kettlebells and you can do a push-up with an alternating renegade row. That gives you a combination exercise where you're doing a push and pull all rolled into one. Then you can grab yourself a pair of dumbbells and you can do a push-up with an alternating high lunge T-twist press and go back and forth in a smooth and controlled motion. Now all of a sudden, you're doing a push-up, you're targeting your chest, you're targeting your triceps. Now you're getting a little bit more upper body and arm recruitment, as well as shoulders and your core all rolled into one, plus you're doing a 3-dimensional movement pattern. That is one of the reasons I love push-ups, because they're so versatile and you do so many things with them. where you are a little bit pigeonholed when it comes to bench presses. That leads me into this, convenience. If you don't have access to a gym or you don't have weights at home, what do you have access to? You have access to your body at all times, at all places. You can just pop down and do push-ups in your living room, in the bedroom. I once did this push-up challenge where I was doing push-ups every 30 minutes throughout the whole entire course of a day for multiple days in a row. And I had to go to a wedding at one point and a funeral during the same week. And both times I was sneaking out and going into the bathroom and behind the building to do push-ups. That's the magic of push-ups. They're so versatile. You can do them anywhere, anytime, and you don't need any fancy or newfangled equipment to do them. Another thing to take into consideration is what exactly are you doing when you're doing bench presses versus push-ups? A bench press is more of what I call a beefcake exercise. If you're really looking to gain mass and size, then the bench press is going to be your ticket. Push-ups are more of an endurance type exercise where you can do multiple reps and multiple sets and be totally fine. And in fact, you could probably do push-ups every single day because they're a body weight exercise and your body adapts over time. However, if you really wanted to use push-ups to build more mass, then I would suggest wearing a weighted vest and doing really slow reps on the way down and on the way up as well. But in a big picture, push-ups are generally associated with building muscle endurance and even your cardiovascular health over time. In the big picture, folks, there is a time and place for the bench press and for push-ups. You just have to choose what your goals are and what you want to do in the long run. If building absolute mass is your goal and your concern, then I would go and focus your time on bench presses. If you want to build basic strength, muscle endurance, better functional ability, add some core in there, then push-ups are going to be your better option. And then you're always welcome to combine them both together. For example, you can start a workout with incline bench presses and then lower yourself down into a classical position and do regular push-ups and then come back and do decline bench presses. Either way you slice it though, I would suggest this in your chest workout. Start with your inclines first, then do your flat, and then do your decline, regardless if you're doing push-ups or bench presses. The incline is always going to be the harder variation, and if you do that first and get it out of the way, you're still going to have juice left for your flat and then your decline. And if you go in reverse order, you're going to wear yourself out and tire yourself out. And when it comes time for the incline, you're going to be too tired to maximize it. Just take that into consideration. Okay, there you have it, my friends. That's my long tutorial on bench presses versus push-ups. Let me know if you have any more questions or comments. Go out and practice with good form and technique. And make sure to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Till next time.